In a previous video, we discovered an abandoned bridge built over a century ago. It was hidden up a creek and surrounded by thick mangroves. That bridge was part of a tramway used to transport sugarcane to the mill for crushing. Although it was abandoned many years ago, you could still see the tramway path leading through the thick bush, heading in the direction of the mill. This is the old path the cane cart would have taken. You can just see the outline of where the tracks used to be. But to reach the sugar mill, the cane trains would still need to cross the main river, and this would require a much more elaborate bridge that also allowed boats to pass. I remembered reading about a very unique old bridge located upstream. It was built back in the 1920s to transport both cane and passengers across the river. Although it was heritage listed, it had fallen into disrepair and an online petition had been set up to save it from collapse. Apparently, the bridge was a very special design and the last of its kind. So I headed off to find it. After many bends in the river, I eventually reached an area surrounded by cane fields, and that's where I found it. Now I know what you might be thinking, but let me assure you, this is no ordinary bridge. This is the last remaining lift bridge. Yep, in the state of Queensland, which is 10 times the size of Florida, this is the last remaining lift bridge. I decided to pull up and take a closer look. Just climb up the bank here. After climbing up the riverbank, I was surrounded by cane fields, just as it would have been like all those years ago. Surely this was the bridge the cane trains took, but where were the tram tracks? Now, as I said, this is no ordinary bridge. It's constructed of huge hardwood timber with a 2-foot gauge metal tramway on the deck. But its unique feature is how it allows boats to pass. It's called a lift bridge and has a horizontal section that can be raised and lowered by hand using a system of chains and pulleys connected to concrete counterweights. This allows the tram tracks to be held 17 feet above the high water mark, so that boats can pass beneath. And then lowered to ground level when a train needs to cross. I feel like quite the professor. Despite its sturdy construction, the bridge has fallen into disrepair with evidence of fires, termites, and rust. The 4 counterweights seen in these photos are all missing, rumoured to be on the riverbed below, and the old buildings that were located on the riverbank have all been removed. The tram tracks through the cane fields have been removed and the path gated, but despite all this, the 100-year-old bridge is still standing, and the tramway is still present on the bridge. Just incredible what they were able to build 100 years ago. Pretty awesome spot. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe. It's totally free and it helps grow the channel. See you next time.